Welcome back to Media Mesh, where I give you my unapologetic opinion on everything from music, movies, news, reality TV, and so much more as we go down the rabbit hole. And this is, again, as I always like to say when you stop by the channel, this is your home for the intelligent dissection of social media. And today, we're going to get into this whole situation with Mr. Dave Chappelle and Kattt Williams. I'm going to play the clip in just a second. But, you know, this is one of those things that just helps you realize just how much a part of the group Dave just might be. Let's think about this critically for just one moment, shall we? If you recall, as most of us do, many years ago, the Dave Chappelle show was on. Excellent show, great. You know, he realized that, you know, they made, I don't know, almost $1 billion or something like that off of him. And they offered him $50 million to come back. He didn't want to do it. Next thing you know, he's on the pipe in Africa. Then you see him doing multiple interviews talking about the dress and how, you know, it's kind of hacky, in his words, to still have to wear the dress thing, right? But then the question becomes, well, after the money ran out, he realized that he needed to come back to Hollywood. And then the next thing you know, he had a 3 special deal with Netflix for $60 million. So how did that come about, Dave? Let's talk about this, because you know what? It's raising some red flags. Okay. It's showing that you're also part of the boys club, but let's hear what he says. And then we're going to unpack this some more. And if you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's do it.
Part of the game is this. He only eats the niggas. He didn't say anything about any of these white boys. And none of these white boys function like that. And Kattt is one of the best painters in the game. So why are you drawing all ugly pictures of us? Stop. And Kattt and hurt people, but I'm a hurt person. They never hurt people, and he does it all the time. Fuck this one, and fuck that one, and fuck this one. But nigga, I didn't do anything that you did wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. Kattt didn't do nothing wrong.
MREC TV.
I'm gonna bring a picture of a black guy. Kattt did this to me. Kattt was talking about shit that niggas did to other niggas, but not about anything that niggas did to him. If I told my story, it would break your heart. Your heart. If I told my story, it would break your heart. I lost everything and never, ever told on anybody. And this nigga is the arbiter of truth. Kattt, listen, I fuck with Kattt hard.
MREC TV.
Wait, D-Ray, just tell me what part of the game fucks up another nigga's paper?
MREC
What part of the game is about telling on another nigga? Tiffany Haddish is lifting something heavy, and as clumsy as she is, I don't disagree with Kattt. He be telling the real shit.
MREC
This one's fucked up this way, and that one's fucked up this way. Yes, nigga, that is true. But why would you say that? Because all of us are trying to be in a better situation. Can we get over it? And we're part of the game.
All right. So, well, number one, shout out to MREC TV. If you haven't heard the drop about 5 or 6 times in less than a minute. Nevertheless, you know, I did, you know, utilize his information here. So there you go. Check out MREC TV. Now, let's get back to it. I don't know if he's drunk, okay, or what the case is, but first and foremost, this is not a black and white issue. And of course, with the, I don't know how many of you people are going to get a chance to listen to this because of all the cussing and carrying on, but you know, that's life. But yeah. Okay, so he's addressing the people who had smoke for him, which makes sense. Why would he start coming at white folks who didn't do anything to him, at least not publicly, right? Who's to say that things behind the scenes have not taken place, which he did actually kind of address, because he talked about different things in Hollywood. And of course, all those people who run Hollywood are clearly not black. But he was actually responding back to people who had something to say about him on Shannon Sharpe's platform, which makes sense. So how this turned into a black and white issue, I have no idea. Why he think this is a moment for black comedians or black people in general to come together. No. If you are doing wrong, you can expect that it's going to be exposed. Whatever is done in the dark will eventually come to the light, and he happens to be the person that's going to bring it forward. So just because you guys, Dave Chappelle and others, who have basically succumbed to the pressures of Hollywood and did whatever you needed to do to be in your positions you are today and make money, that's on you, right? So if Katt's saying he didn't actually have to do all that to get his fame and fortune, then, well, hey, shame on you. So yeah, maybe you should tell your story. As they say, tell the truth and shame the devil, right? So let people know what they can expect when they want to go into these arenas. If they want to be comedians and artists and entertainers, tell the truth. And then you can still make an educated decision, because most people still going to do it anyway, because that's what they desire, right? That takes precedence above everything else, morals, character, all that type of stuff. They just want the fame and the fortune and to be in their position. So Dave Chappelle, in my opinion, should have stayed out of this situation, because now you put the spotlight on yourself. All right. This ain't got nothing to do with white boys. OK. And no, white comedians don't be doing this. They don't. But you know how black people are. OK. We going to tell, whatever need to be said. And you probably not going to like how it's going to be said. But that's just what we are. Very outspoken in many things. I don't know at what point how we became so politically correct when it comes to certain things in the black community. And if you know what I'm referring to. But back in the day, we were known for being outspoken and saying what it is that was on our minds. And now we've been, kind of coerced into believing that everyone who has a black face is actually for you. There's a saying, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, right? As he mentioned, they're trying to get their paper. So that's the ultimate bottom line for them. Is, hey, listen, I don't care what's going on. Yes, there's corruption. Yes, people stealing jokes. Yes, people have got the casting couch going on. All this stuff is happening. But let me get our paper. Let me get my paper. OK, so that's just my take on this. So I think he was put up to say this? I'm assuming so. Maybe. Who knows? Because no one, number one, asked you for your opinion. He did not come at you. OK, exposing you about whatever it is that's in your closet, but yet you chose to open your mouth and then speak on a situation that did not involve you. You could have just sat back and watched it. So that leads me to believe that someone must have put you up to it to say something, because I definitely don't make it a personal. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I don't make it my business to jump into someone else's business. Mine is on here. This is YouTube. That's what I do. Right. But like, if there's a beef that's going on that has nothing to do with me, I'm staying out the beef. OK, unless I have some type of vested interest in it. And while we're talking about Katt, let's examine some things for a second about him. Do you think it's possible for him to be the only person in Hollywood who made it to the level of success that he has? Now, granted, he is self-made for the most part, I would say, right? Because he's done his comedy specials and things like that. But he's always also been in movies. He's also, I think we want to, hitting my mic. He's also won, I think, an Academy Award or Oscar or something like that for being on the show Atlanta. So he's still kind of tapped into the machine. Is it possible to be controlled opposition? Is that even a possibility? Is that something that has crossed anyone's minds? Is this whole situation a distraction from the list of names on the, EP list? I'll just call it that way, because you never know. I'm probably going to get flagged anyway because of all the cussing at the initial part of this video, but that's okay. But we just have to scrutinize everything that is forced down your face, people. So don't put your confidence in none of these people. At the end of the day, these are talented people nonetheless, but they're people. And just like I was watching, someone made an excellent comment about the whole Diddy situation. Like, yes, he paid her off. He gave Cassie to however much money. And, it's back to the regular scheduled program. For the most part, he's not going to go down. Yes, he's going to lose some endorsements, all that type of stuff. But ultimately, that's the hazing. if we want to use a light term for YouTube purposes, the rituals and different things that they participate to bring new artists into the business, those things will still continue to go on. It is only when people stop allowing themselves to be used as vessels and tools for the works of darkness. So it is a very thin line, okay? Because of course you have so many talented people out here. You want to get your chance to shine, and then your talent brings you to the door. It brings you to before great men. And then now when you are at the precipice of success, oh, hey, and one more thing. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to, you know what I'm saying, do this, that, and the fourth. And yeah, let's get the cameras on. Let's make sure that we, you know, record this just in case you might want to start talking. Okay. So it's a crazy mixed up world. This is the world in which we live. And the truth is, people like Katt Williams and other folks who, if he is truly independent and truly outside of the system, then now it is a time for him to utilize the resources that he has to create a platform for other comedians to come up, which I understand he does, but those people are not really, you know, they're not really popping. Let's just keep it real. I mean, the only person I know that he carries with him is Lunel, and she's funny, but I mean, you know, I don't know the last time I had a belly laugh or fell out my chair behind her comedy. No disrespect, no shade, but there's people of course you can bring them on tour every time because it's very affordable. Like, they're not popping nowhere else, as far as I know. Now, granted, I don't follow the world of comedy that strong, but I do know their names, and that's because I seen them probably 20 years ago on BET, when whatever show they had on BET. But as far as like headliners, major players in the game, no. Red Grant, he's funny a little bit here and there, but these people are not knocking over, you know, the crowds. I mean, let's just be honest. Okay. So we just got to call it what it is. Right. So, but he is giving them an opportunity. So yes, this is true. But now we need to create our own networks and our own platforms, our own distribution sources, so that we don't have to be subject to the hazing, using air quotes, that these people do, and all the games behind the scenes for you just to do your thing. So at this point, it's a matter of stop talking about it and actually start being about it. That's where we're at. And there's nothing wrong for calling it out for what it is. You know, everybody, just from the politicians to anyone that we see that's in the public eye, there is some level of control over that person. And when they break character and when they come completely out of pocket, they get eliminated. So you can't receive from the devil and then turn your back on them when it's convenient for you. That's not how the game goes. So in closing, Dave Chappelle, in my opinion, has been put up to say all this stuff because this ain't got nothing to do with no white boys. No white people don't get down like this. That's something that we do. And that's just a part of being black, I guess, you know. But why would he have smoke for somebody else, like I said earlier, who did not publicly put him on blast, who did not question him? So basically, Katt's defending himself, as anybody would. If you go and tell some untruths or lies about me, you best believe I'm gonna be coming back with my version of the truth, and then let the public decide what is real and what is not. But he should have stayed in his lane doing what he do, because again, he didn't call you out. He ain't say nothing about you. So you inserted yourself into a conversation and you're completely wrong about it. And to be honest, Dave ain't really that funny. He just be on stage talking. Case in point. Now, he used to be funny. I liked his early stuff, but as of right now, these specials, I watched the first one back. It was pretty good. Other than that, it's just talking. So I know I'm in the wrong business, because if I can get up here and talk crap and say what's on my mind and get paid, yeah, I probably missed my calling. But anyway, until next time, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Peace and blessings.